Hello, players and coach. This is Doc Scholl, baseball analyst and instructor, and here I'm breaking down Brendan McKay, his pitching mechanics. Of course, the number one draft pick by the Tampa Bay Rays. And let's take a look at his mechanics. He is really solid already and has shown improvement even from a year ago. So let's go down and break it up. The first thing I want to say is I call it the apex lean. And I think that he would benefit from just a little bit more of an apex lean. So what does that mean? When he gets to that powerful leg position, at the high apex of his mechanics, he has very little lean towards home plate. He's at 91 degrees. Most of the major leaguers like Rivera, Kershaw, those guys, they get to about 94 to 95 degrees. This allows them to get a little more explosion towards the plate, the linear part of pitching. He's a little more rotational. So here we go. The next thing I want to talk about is how well he is with getting his body into that cocked position. So right there, you see the scap load in the back. Great job with the scap load, getting that body in perfect position. You do see some leg drive here. And then finally what you're going to see is the rotational part. So what's happening is we want to create the hips to rotate and get that arm back. And that's where the improvement from, I think, last year to this year is you do see some of that separation. The hips are starting to turn and the elbow is still staying in that scap load position to generate that rotational and explosion part, which is a strength of his, without a doubt. The last thing I want to talk about is you notice he has a great strong front side. So he does a great job to brace that front leg so he can turn and rotate. He also could get a little bit more probably on his trunk. So once he releases the ball, he could probably get a little bit more there, and that will allow him to get out in front. And I think that will happen if he works on that initial part. It's so important, that initial part, to allow him to generate some more explosion and linear movement towards home plate first, and then let his strength take over, and that the rotational part will help with driving those hips through and getting that trunk and throwing even harder. I look forward to watching him develop in the Rays organization and look forward to seeing him coming up to the pros one day. I hope you enjoy. Thank you very much.